children, today we're going to read Yosi and Leibel, Hot on the Trail by Dina Rosenfeld. Here are Yosi and Leibel. Say hi, kids. It was scorching and dry on that long summer day. Too hot to ride bikes and too hot to play. Not a cloud in the sky, not a breeze in the air. So Leibel and Yosi just lounged on a chair. They sat back to back, drinking cold lemonade and sucking the ice on the porch in the shade. But as the boys' eyelids drooped over their eyes, came the sound of small sniffles and sad little cries. Oh, somebody was crying. Oh, let's see what happened. Yosi blinked, rubbed his eyes, and sat up in the chair. "What's the matter?" he called out. "What's wrong over there?" A small girl in tears stood behind their front bush. Her little doll carriage too broken to push. "Come on," Yosi shouted to his older brother. "Let's fix it and send the girl home to her mother." See, children, so the little girl's stroller was broken and Yosi was calling his brother Leibel. Let's see what Leibel says. "You're kidding," said Leibel. "It's much, much too hot. Why should I leave my chair and my nice shady spot? I need ice and cold drinks, and I simply can't budge." Then Yosi gave Leibel a quick little nudge. He said it's so hot, but he said, "No, come on. You know there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what, and no matter who. With any size problem or any request, this will just take a minute and then you can rest." "Well, okay," agreed Leibel. "But after 1 minute, it's back to my chair and I'm sitting back in it." So Leibel agreed to come. He says, "But only very quickly. We'll fix it and then we'll go back to drinking my ice-cold drinks." The poor little carriage was tipped on its side. One wheel was off and it just wouldn't ride. The boys looked around it, beside and behind it, but one screw was missing and they couldn't find it. Oh, so they didn't know where the screw was to fix the stroller. Yosi said to the girl, "Wait here, please do, while my brother and I go to buy a new screw." "Now hold on," said Leibel. "You can't go alone. Our parents won't let you, and I'm staying home." "No, you're not," answered Yosi. "We'll see this thing through. Just because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who." Okay, but Shani, it's a little bit, it's blocking everybody. Okay, Shani, Shani, you can look at it in there, okay?
I can't.
You know what? Stand this way, Mommy, 1 second. Okay, look at it that way, okay? And Yosi set off in a rush down the street with Leibel behind him dragging his feet. So Yosi said, come on, we have to go help the little girl fix her stroller. The big hardware store was empty that day. The boys found the screw and came over to pay. When the store owner said, "Boys, that screw is for free if you'll just find the time to do something for me. Today I left home in this terrible heat, forgetting my lunchbox, and now I can't eat. Would you please go next door to the kosher bakery and buy some brown bread and 3 muffins for me?" See, so children, here they picked the little screw right there. And the man said, "I forgot my lunch. Would you go? Here's money and buy me my lunch. And then you can have that screw for free." Yosi said, "We can go if my brother wants to." "Oh, great," muttered Leibel. "What else can I do when I know there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who?" So they set off at once to the bakery shop. with the screw in the bag and the money on top. Here, let's show all our friends at home. He's like, okay, if I have to go, let's go. And off they went to the bakery. Oh, but look, the bakery is very hot. Let's see. The bakery felt like an oven inside, though the doors and the windows were all open wide. The baker could barely stand up on his feet or take a deep breath in the stifling heat. Yosi paid for the food and then asked the poor man, "Excuse me, Mr. Baker, don't you have a fan?" See, the baker was so hot. His face was dripping sweat. He was so hot. "Well, I did wheeze the baker, but now it won't run. And my old friend the butcher said he'd give me one. But at this busy time, I just can't leave my store." Then he wiped his red face and he stared at the floor. See, he said, "I can't leave my store to go get the fan from my butcher, the baker, my friend the butcher." Yosi and Leibel just looked at each other. Then Leibel grinned down to his little brother. "Don't say it, Yosi. I know what we'll do, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. We'll bring back that fan in a minute or two." So Yosi and Leibel decided now they're going to go bring the fan for the baker, because the baker was so hot, right? See, here's the baker. He's so hot. So he said, "We're going to go bring a fan for him from the butcher's store." But let's see what they saw when they came to the butcher's store. So Leibel and Yosi set off with the screw and the loaf of brown bread and the 3 muffins too. Before long they came to the right butcher's store, and a blast of cold air greeted them at the door. From the back of the store came a screech and a scream. But where was the butcher? Nowhere to be seen. 2 children stood covered from faces to feet with splatters of goo and chunks of red meat. So see, children, they came to the store, but all they saw are 2 little children covered in meat. Oh no, they made such a mess. Oh my goodness, look at them. They're playing like skipping rope with the hot dogs. "Sorry, boys," said the butcher, "but my wife's away, and I'm watching my 2-year-old twins for the day. They have nothing to play with, no puzzle or ball, so I can't get any work done here at all." See, so he said he had to watch his children, the twin little boys. "Well, sir," began Leibel, "we came for the fan, but we'd both like to help you out if we can, just because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who." Shani, darling, we're going to try not to block the... Okay, but it's a little bit blocking. "We'll go to the toy store and look for some toys, something that's fun for your twin little boys." And off went those 2 with a mitzvah to do, holding fan, brown bread, muffins, and 1 little screw. See, so they had all the stuff for all the people. But they said, "We're going to go buy some toys for these 2 little boys, so they don't have to play with the food. Instead, they can play with toys." Oh, and they came to the toy store. Nice. At the toy counter, they asked for a box of crayons, 2 puzzles, a ball, and some blocks. The lady said, "Those things are on the 3rd shelf. I'm afraid that today you must get them yourself. My shoelaces tore, and I've nothing to use in place of the laces to tie up my shoes." See, here's her shoe, children, and the laces ripped. See her laces? Her shoelace, it ripped. And she can't walk properly now because her shoe isn't fitting on. So the boys felt bad for her and they looked at her. Let's see what they were saying. They said Leibel paid for the toys. Darling, it's a little bit blocking, Neshama. Leibel paid for the toys and then said, "Never fear, I know of a shoe store that's right around here. We'll run there and get you a new pair of laces. The ladies smiled down at their hot, tired faces. Don't you boys have anything else you must do? That's okay, answered Yosi. We want to help you because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. So they decided they're going to go and buy shoelaces for the lady. So Yosi and Leibel were soon on their way with the size of the laces, some money to pay, the crayons to puzzles, some blocks and a ball, the fan, loaf of bread, muffins, small screw and all. See, children, so they were carrying everything. They were beginning to get very hot also. They came to the shoe store and picked the right pack of laces for ladies' shoes right off the rack.
Wait,
Mommy,
this one is perfect for me.
Oh, it's nice.
These ones are perfect.
You like those?
Yeah,
nice.
can I buy them?
Oh, maybe. Where to Shem. As they paid him, the shoemaker asked with a frown, "Have you boys been walking all through the town? Perhaps you have seen my granddaughter near here. She's been gone for an hour, and I really fear that she's lost or she's hurt, and I really can't wait. So I'm going to search before it gets late." See, so the old man, he said he couldn't find his granddaughter. She had gone out to play outside, and he doesn't know where she is, so he was worried. Let's see how Yosi and Leibel are going to help. Leibel was worried, and Yosi was too. "What does she look like? We'll find her for you, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who." "Well," said the shoemaker, "she's really quite small, and she's pushing a toy carriage with her best doll." See, so she's very small and she's pushing a doll carriage. Children, can you figure out who the little girl is? Can you figure out? It's the girl all the way in the beginning of the story. Ha! Let's see. The boys began laughing till tears filled their eyes, and the shoemaker stared at them both in surprise. Leibel said, "Mr. Shoemaker, please do not worry. We'll bring your granddaughter back in a hurry. We know where she is and just why she's late. I'm afraid that it's our fault for making her wait." See, so they were laughing. They said, "Ha, that's that little girl all the way in the beginning of the story." So Yosi and Leibel started to run, up again, back again, in the hot sun, in again, out again, right through each door, dashing about again into each store. Shoelaces for the one selling the toys, toys for the butcher's two little boys, fan for the baker to cool off the heat, bread for the hardware store owner to eat, right? So they gave all the things to all the people who needed them. Remember the lady whose shoes broke, and the twin little boys needed the toys, and the baker needed the fan, and the hardware store owner who sold them the screw in the beginning, he was very hungry, so they went to take him the food. They ran home with that one little screw. Sorry, darling, we can't block, honey. And fixed up the doll carriage as good as new. They told the girl, "Grandfather is waiting for you. We'll walk you right to him. That's just what we'll do. Because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who." So they fixed the stroller. Look, children, the stroller isn't broken anymore, the dolly stroller. And they took her back to grandfather. Oh, let's see what happened when they got back home to the chairs they were sitting on in the beginning. When the boys came back home, they found warm lemonade. The ice cubes had melted. There was no more shade. The chairs were all sticky and hot from the sun. Then the mother came out and looked at each one. See, they were like, oh, all the cold lemonade, it got sticky. There was no more ice. And they were so hot. But their mommy knew they had done lots of mitzvahs helping other people. Let's see what happens. Ah! Oh, boys, she said, you seem so tired and hot. I think I can fix that. Just look what I've got. Their mother unrolled the long garden hose and sprinkled them both on the grass in their clothes. Yay, look, they got covered in water. She sprinkled them. And let's see the last part. Soon their father drove up and said, what a hot day. Look what I brought home for you and on my way. 2 ice cream cones with 4 flavors each. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and peach. And their daddy brought them so much ice cream. I'm sure they said a bracha nicely. Then Leibel said, Yosi, I see it is true that sometimes someone will be sure to help you if you do your best to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. And you know what, Yaladim? Now that you're home, children, you're going to be extra helpful to Mommy. The best person you can help is Mommy by behaving really nicely and listening to everything Mommy's telling you. Right, what are you saying, Donna?
Pesach was coming, so your mom can scream with
That's right. Okay, everyone, bye.
Bye.